ladies and gentlemen, my name is Igor, and I am here to bring you the information on the patch that was released the 24th of January 2013. Now, they did change a couple of things, and they did make a couple of things better, and they adjusted a few things, and so on and so forth. And the first thing that you might actually notice is, you might say, hey, Igor is recording in the default client. What's going on with that? Well, the reason I am recording in the default client is mainly because the update title is I Saw Metric Perspective. What does this mean? Well, they changed the actual way that the camera, is you're viewing your character in the default client. What they did is they changed it to what's called an isometric perspective, which is basically a 2D way of viewing something that's 3D. So what they did is they took this 3D game and they tried to make it so that you have this really interesting perspective, so it almost looks 2D, but it also looks 3D. So it's kind of interesting, but it isn't finished. So what Yorb has actually said on the forum is the game is now default played in a brand new isometric perspective the way God intended. It's awesome, albeit not entirely finished. So it is not finished. They are still adjusting things to it. So right now, I personally don't really care for it. I do know, however, that you can change this in your settings on, let's see, video settings. You can apparently somehow change it. I don't know about in the default client. Actually, no, I don't think you can change it in the default client, but I do believe you can change it in the Ender client. And you can play this way if you like. So that's the biggest one. So this whole video is going to be me walking around, and everything I'm going to show you is going to be in this new isometric perspective. So it's kind of interesting, although I don't know, it kind of gets to me every now and then, because if you notice, it makes everything kind of look triangulated and very, very weird. So yeah, like my if you look at this middle section right here, it almost looks like it comes in and it's real short here and real long here. So I don't know, it's very strange indeed. But on top of that, apparently you can now re-roll wilderness spawns. So in the last update they changed it so you could not re-roll wilderness spawns, and apparently now you can. So that's kind of interesting and good thing too, because if you start a new character and you end up getting ported on top of a mountain somewhere that you can't get down, well, now you can actually re-roll that spawn and go somewhere else. The next thing that they did is they actually added plus signs to your window here. So basically, anytime you fill up one of these bars, which I will attempt to see if I can fill up now, that I probably will not be able to, because I don't really want to waste any good inspirationals on, what do I need? I don't even know, like 500-600 arts and crafts. So kind of, I don't know, I don't really feel the need to, or hammer and nail, I'm sorry, but I don't feel the need to expend that inspirational on 600 arts and crafts. But when this does fill up, it actually turns green, or you can actually hover over it and you can actually skill up your skills by pushing these plus signs. So that's kind of cool. I definitely like that, so that you can actually tell which ones are able to be skilled up and such. It makes it a little bit easier for the new players out there. They actually added what's called fibers, and from what I've read on the forums, I haven't actually got a chance to toy around with it too much, but from what I've read on the forums, these milkweed roots that you actually pick up from just walking around in the grasslands, these milkweed roots can be placed in a stove in your house, and apparently when you fire them, they turn into fibers of some sort. And with that, now once you make these fibers, you can actually make jute clothes. So if you go into craft, clothes, and then you go to like shirts, there should be a jute shirt. Yeah, right here, jute shirt. And they require 10 plant fibers. So I'm assuming you get these fibers from a couple of things, because it looks like a little cotton icon there and another little icon for something else. So I'm assuming you get them from something, but I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I haven't toyed around with it a whole lot, so I'm not 100% on that. They added in the artifice, let's see if I can find the artifice, the reinforced seam, yep, which requires 2 plant fibers, so pretty cheap. That's not too bad. I definitely like that. Now, here's one that you new players might like a lot. Now, you're first starting off, and you're saying, well, I need defenses, what do I do? Well, once you get whittling, the skill whittling, it will unlock a makeshift fence. So now you can actually make a fence that is cheap, and it looks something like this. This is the end post for it. So kind of interesting looking, and it doesn't cost anything hardly to build. It's 10 branches. So I think all of you out there can afford 10 branches to build this makeshift fence. Now, mind you, it's really not that strong, but it'll ward off any other new players that happen to walk by that are trying to take your crap. So I would build that. If you don't have any defenses, there is no excuse for not at least having a makeshift fence. Now, on top of the other ones out there, it appears that the fireplace user interface is now always available. So I'm assuming, like I said, I have not been able to toy around with this one a whole lot, but what it seems like is it appears that the fireplace, you can actually open it and, you know, see what's in there all the time. So hopefully that's what they did, but I would suggest maybe you guys toy around with it a little bit. I've been a little busy and haven't been able to mess around with the update stuff recently a whole lot yet. The other thing that's actually changed is there are new herb graphics everywhere. I mean, everything has almost been changed. And in case you haven't noticed, or you haven't been playing recently but still watching my videos, which I appreciate, this is garlic. This little bulb thing with the plants growing out of it, so that looks really good. These are sugar caps. The sugar caps look awesome now. And these are sunny sunflowers. So these definitely look really cool. I definitely like that. All the other stuff that they have added have actually been changed as well. That over there is an autumn grass, and I can't see anything else on my map really, but yeah, they changed a lot of stuff in the graphics, so definitely thumbs up on that one. They're developers. Also, the sawbuck. Yes, the infamous sawbuck that you need 70 silver to build as a new player now only requires 1 nail instead of 2. So it's only 35 silver to build that sawbuck instead of 70. There is now a new skill, which I will show you now, called joinery and finish. And to get what you get out of this skill is you get the ability to do the plain boards, the timber piles, all that kind of stuff is now you get carpentry, and then you unlock joinery and finish, and that gives you the ability to make all the other advanced stuff. And it's 1600 arts and crafts, 1800 hammer and nail, and 1200 natural philosophy. So it's not too expensive, and you should be able to get that rather quickly. Also, the shroom hunting and flowers and berries skill is cheaper. So I'm not really sure what it was before. Oh wow, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a lot cheaper. 800 hunting and gathering, 700 pots and pans, 500 sugar and spice, and 700 natural philosophy. So that's definitely cool. So you should be able to get that fairly early, and you can make those shrooms on a stick, which are amazing for early on yellow bile gains. So get that yellow bile up so that you can do more damage to the creatures of the wilderness. Flowers and berries, they said, is cheaper too. That one is 1100 frontier and wilderness, 1550 hunting and gathering, and 1000 natural philosophy. So that's how much that one costs. And last but not least, well, not actually last, but you can actually slot brown pants now. So these equipment slots that you see on your clothes now, the brown pants now can be slotted, so you can actually put stuff in there. And they also added dross can be used to crack crabs. Now, I don't know, haven't even seen anything on that one yet, and I'm not really sure. There will be an update on that once I figure that out. Also, the woven basket is now a 3x3 instead of, actually wasn't it? I thought it was always 3x3. Or no, yeah, it's 3x3 instead of 3x2. So now it holds 9 things on the inside instead of 6. So that's pretty useful there. And that is really it. I mean, they didn't add a whole lot, but that's more of for you guys and new players and all that. It makes it a little bit easier for you guys. So definitely play around with it. Definitely check it out and let me know or decide on what you think about the isometric perspective. And, well, if you don't like it, don't play it. I don't really know what they're planning on changing. I definitely don't like the fact that everything looks kind of really weird. It just kind of scales everything and it skews everything a little bit too strangely for my taste, but that's it. That's the isometric perspective that they've added. So thanks a lot for watching, you guys. Hopefully everything was helpful. Don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter for more updates. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next video.